Well, the city has went through a transition in the last 10, 11 years. We went through a transition from being looked on as being kind of that blue-collar, sleepy bedroom community to being a progressive community, kind of leading the way with a lot of communities around the state. We took a position that we no longer want to be following, we want to be a leader.
I think we've always had a very good working relationship with the City of Hobart. The leadership of the City of Hobart has just been extremely positive for green involvement.
They came to us early on and promoted the idea of possibly doing something with alternate fuels. And we sat down with them and we wrestled with the various ideas of alternate fuels, propane, clean, diesel. We looked at all of those options. And when it came down to it, CNG just seemed to be the fit.
So we did our research, we did a lot of fact-finding, we worked with a lot of larger cities that have actually implemented natural gas, and so we basically assisted the City of Hobart on writing a request for proposal to meet the requirements of this grant. We solicited major contractors throughout the country, so it wasn't just local organizations that actually bid on this project. It was a national solicitation. It's not just the purchase of the natural gas station or the implementation of the natural gas station. It's the service aspect of after the project's installed. Is the contractor going to be there, after the job is completed? And that's what we saw with the Ozinga team, is that they were very responsive. They were very hands-on. They took their time to make sure that they answered all the questions that the City of Hobart had.
We had a real good experience with the City of Hobart. We worked hand in hand with them in order to understand their needs, and we basically stood beside them throughout the whole process, outlined what needed to be done, completed those tasks, and after the tasks were completed and the station was built, offered the maintenance and support that they needed to keep the station operating 100% of the time.
The most important part that we saw in Ozinga was their leadership, being willing to meet with us, to mentor us. So I would say more than anything, along with being an example, they were a coach throughout the process. There's a number of things that we're seeing as benefits to this. The quality of life, I think, is the number one thing that the community sees. I think also the cost. So I think we're seeing some revenue savings substantially. I think we're seeing the performance of the CNG equipment outperform what is normally fuel, diesel fuel. 3 years in a row, we have been awarded the Green Fleet for excellence in our clean initiatives. We received the Governor's Award for excellence in environmental efforts. So we've seen by our peers, people taking notice of what the City of Hobart has done.
As with a town like Hobart, you can start with one vehicle and work your way up and work out a plan to end up in the territory that you need to be. If you want 10 or 20 or 30 vehicles, and you can size a fueling station to meet those needs at a cost that works out for you.
We see natural gas as being one of the fastest moving fuels in our area, in the Chicagoland area, and you're going to hear a lot of great success stories coming here up very shortly, and a lot more natural gas applications coming here to Northwest Indiana.